What's going on, guys? It's DJ Numi. Just really wanted to get this video out to you guys to go over my fitness journey, or whatever you want to call it, for the last 6 months. It started on May 29th, so next week it'll make exactly 6 months. And I thought, being around the holiday season, it was a good time to come and share it with you guys, especially the challenges I went through, the growth that I've seen. It's been challenging, I've had my moments where I've fallen off, cheat meals here and there. But for the most part, I think I've stuck to the plan pretty intensely. If you take a quick moment, this is what I looked like when I started. And we've come a really long way from that. And it's really about 3 things that I learned through these 6 months that I think that could actually fit into any situation in your life, or any area that you're trying to grow on, or any area that you're trying to become better at. The first one is, you must have a turning point. You need to make a choice. There needs to be a point where you come to an end and you make a choice, an end to the situation, an end to yourself. That you make a choice that you want to change that thing. It's happened to all of us in our lives where we realize something is wrong and we don't do something about it. But there comes that moment, that pivotal moment where we realize that there's definitely something wrong and we need to change it. And that's what happened with my health. And that really went ahead and changed the way that I was not only working out and eating, but also different areas of my life. The second thing that I learned is you must have a goal. You must have a vision. Once you know that you need to change something, you need to know where you want to go, whether it be your career, your job, your health, your marriage, relationships, your spiritual life. You need to know what it has to look like. You need to know what you want it to look like after you've made that choice. Otherwise, you're just wandering around aimlessly, and that's kind of what I did for the last couple of years with my working out. Was I was wandering around. I wasn't really following a plan. I was doing what felt right or what I felt like doing, and that wasn't sticking to anything. And the third thing that I learned was you must have a plan. You have to take action. So you've already made a choice. You already have a vision of where you want to go. You already have an idea of what you want to look like. Then you have to have a plan to get there. If you don't know how to get where you're going, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to wander. Insanity, they say, is doing the same thing, hoping that you get a different result. And we do that a lot with our lives, with relationships that we get into, with our finances, with many other areas of our life. And I believe that once you do have that vision, you need a plan so you can take action. If not, you're never going to get anywhere. And I really want to share more in depth of these 3 things that I've learned, where the struggles attached to it. I do have a job, I do have a family, I produce music, I DJ, I sing as well, and I have a kid, and I'm just involved in my church. I'm involved in so many things. On top of that, I have had injuries in the past. I tore 2 ligaments, 1 on each knee. I've had a vertebral alignment, pinched nerve. They say I have scoliosis, which I declared is not. Messed up shoulders, cartilages, so many things, but I've compensated and adapted, and I've done things differently to be able to work out. I've been able to drop 37 pounds because of the fact that I've been able to adapt and change those things. I've never made those things an excuse. And that needs to be the same thing that happens in your life. Once you make a choice to yourself, once you've made a decision to yourself and you've had that turning point, there's no looking back. You cannot stop and say, oh, but today I'm tired. You cannot stop and say, oh, but somebody went ahead and said something negative to me. You cannot stop and say, oh, I have this injury, or I have work, or I have this excuse, or I have this or that, or I have to sleep. The number one excuse I keep hearing from people is, I don't have time. How do you do it? I have to sleep. I don't have time. I'm tired. There's many times that I get to the gym that I'm falling asleep on the way there and falling asleep on the way back. That doesn't mean that we still don't go get it in every single time. We still don't go in there, lift up the weights, and get it done. We do it every single time. And that has to be the same with every single area of your life. If you do not, you'll never reach to anything great. You'll never amass to where you're headed. And I'm pretty sure that when you've had a vision in your life or a plan for it, it's never been mediocre. It's been the people around you, the circumstances around you, the negative talk around you that has had a great dream that you've had be minimized to something that is so mediocre or average now that you're just okay with getting there and not really doing it greatly. To know that whatever it is that you've committed to, you can go on. And it's all about commitment. It's not about passion. It's not about motivation, because that flares away. Commitment is doing it when you feel like you don't want to do it, but you still get it done anyway. I've had a great change in these last 6 months, because even when I felt that way, I've kept going. And you will fall off with fitness or anything else. There will be times that you make choices that go against that, but when you average it out, the choices have to look more headed into that direction then opposite of that direction. You can't be continually making mistakes. You can't continually be making choices that go against those things or those values or those visions that you have or where you're headed on those, towards those goals or those dreams. Most of them, every day in and day out, have to be to do the right thing. Every meal has to be to do the right thing. One meal that you have a week is not going to ruin your plan, but one meal every single day is going to ruin your plan. One step of laziness is not going to ruin your plan, but one step of laziness every day is going to ruin your plans. Letting one person talk negatively into your head one time may not affect you, but letting people negative talk every single day into your mind will affect you from achieving your goals. And this may seem minimal to some people, but I'm sorry. Once you change the way you look, you change the way you feel. And if you change the way you feel, you change the way you act, the way you carry yourself, the way you behave. You feel great about yourself. You carry yourself in a different fashion. You have a dream, you have a vision, and you have a desire to get in shape. Just do it. Get it done. Make that turning point today. Get a goal together. Reach out to someone. I reached out to my friend Mark. He's a trainer. And he went ahead and gave me a plan. I checked with him every single day. Accountability. We talked all the time. We still talk all the time. And that keeps you on check. You know, and that's another thing. Tell people about your dreams. And you know why? Because people are going to hold you accountable. Either whether they care for you or they do it just to bring you down, people will hold you accountable. And even those naysayers are going to help you to get to where you want to get to, because they will bring it up and throw it to your face. But don't let that discourage you. Use it as a reason to rise up and keep on going. I hope this encourages you. I hope it motivates you and inspires you. You know, this is what it looked like today. And I really hope that you find yourself in a situation where you say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with bad relationships. I'm done with being out of shape. I'm done with eating unhealthy. I'm done with letting food have control over my life. I'm done with not having a relationship with God. I'm done with not having a relationship with my parents. I'm done with not dreaming and just settling for a 9 to 5. I'm done with not doing all the things that I want to do, because I want to tell you something. You're special. God has put deep desires in you to do specific things. And it may be things that other people are doing, but they're not doing it. You're going to do it. And you're going to do it differently because it's you. And this video isn't just about fitness. This video is to motivate the hell out of you to go do something different with your life. This video is about setting you on fire, using that small motivation and spark to get you committed, so that commitment can keep you going to do whatever it is that you want to do. And I really hope it blesses your life, and inspires you and motivates you, and that you solidify in commitment. God bless you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Peace.